Alrighty folks, it's Lloyd from the NTS, and by now you probably know we've got a hot new release from Merica Labz STARS Pipes. This is the pump product to match up with Red, White and Boom, their high stim pre-product, and this is a kick-ass formula. Let me take you through it. First things first, we've got a nice salt pump in there. So we've got a little bit of sodium, potassium. Those that know that salt is a great hydration product to use around workouts for added pump. And it's not overdosed. It's just there to kick things off. Next thing we've got is 6 full grams of L-citrulline. So L-citrulline is a classic pump product. It's working on the nitric oxide pathway, providing a reservoir of arginine essentially to feed the muscles, but keeping it around a little bit longer when it's in the form of citrulline. And 6 grams is kind of the sweet spot for me. Any more than that and I have a bit of a laxative effect, so I'm glad to see they didn't overdo it, but they certainly didn't underdo it either. Then as we move down the list, we've got one of the key ingredients in here, and it's dosed very heavily as well, and that's HydroPrime. HydroPrime is a form of glycerol that's a bit more stable in powder form. Typically glycerol, which is a great hydration pump product, is awesome in products like this, but in a powder form it tends to go clumpy after a little while. And when those clumps form, it makes it really hard to work with the product. It gets a little bit thick, and it's almost like the gelato sort of consistency when you're trying to scoop it. Eventually, it'll attract so much water that it might become unusable. But this particular form, HydroPrime, prevents that clumping from happening, and it's 65% glycerol. There's a whopping 5 grams in here. That is a serious wet pump, and anyone that's experienced a glycerol pump before would know that that's a serious pump. It's working on a different pathway to the citrulline, so they synergize really well. It's drawing water into the muscle cells and hyperhydrating them. It'll get your veins sticking up, and the only caveat would be drink a little bit more water during your workout. Also helps you stay hydrated longer too. So some performance athletes actually use glycerol in this way to hyperhydrate their body before events. So it's certainly quite a good thing to see in your product here, and it's certainly safe and effective and may actually increase your performance as well. And then we probably have one of my favorite ingredients to come along in a long time, and that is Peak ATP. Peak ATP is a form of ATP that is digestible in the GI tract and absorbable into your bloodstream. And what it's doing is providing more raw ATP to your working muscles. This is incredible. Now, not only does it provide more nitric oxide, they've done a study where it shows higher blood flow after using this, increases in lean muscle mass, thicker fibers measured. It's actually double. So they took a placebo group and a group that were using the Peak ATP. The Peak ATP group had double the measurements in their quadriceps increases over the placebo group. So the Peak ATP group had a 9.4% increase in quadricep muscle thickness versus the placebo group that had a 4.9% increase in muscle quadricep thickness. That was a 12-week study using Peak ATP just for muscle growth. But we've seen the blood flow increases, there's brain boosting effects, there's a whole host of benefits. And the way to think about Peak ATP is like, similar to creatine, it's going to help with probably satellite cell proliferation in the muscle. But it's coming from the front end of the ATP chain, and creatine's more at the back end for the recycling of ADP, which is the oxidized version of ATP, back into more ATP. So ATP at the front, take your creatine for ATP at the back, and you've got gains for days, baby. So that's in here as well, and it's going to increase the pump too. And then of course, Astragin to help it all absorb even better. I like that it's stripped back. I find stripped back formulas like this that are efficaciously dosed high on the ingredients that work best. When you have everything in the kitchen sink, sometimes those things don't synergize that well. So it's better to have proven ingredients in large, effective doses, stack them together, watch them go. This is also likely to taste amazing. I haven't had a chance to crack open a tub just yet because we only just got them. But basically the ingredients in here don't taste bad. Glycerol itself can actually be used as a sweetener. So it's likely to taste amazing. This is the green apple flavor. This is the one I'll probably tax. I love the artwork. I love the brand. I love the products. If you want to grab a tub, get on the website today or come in store. Pick one up for yourself, and I'm sure you're going to have skin-splitting pumps. I can't wait to see how this goes for our clients and our customers. Big love to everybody. Peace, love, and harmony. Speak to you soon, and goodbye.